G'day. What we're going to try today is we're going to play with our mineral turpentine and our expanded polystyrene. Okay, what do we have today? We have a tile. Okay, the only reason why I put the tile down is because I don't want the my cutting mat to be wiped clean because of the mineral turpentine. Okay, what else do we have? We've got a pasta machine. Okay, this will make flat sheets of pasta. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and feed some of this through the pasta machine and see how we go. Okay, what we'll first do is we will get some expanded polystyrene out. It's been melting in this, not melting, it's been chemically melting in this mineral turpentine for probably about a couple of weeks. Okay, the thing is that I've just been letting it sit there for a couple of weeks. But if you were wanting to do this at home, then you would, obviously you do it out in an open area, well ventilated. You know, you could probably do this in probably about maybe a day. I don't know. So what we're going to do is reach in and grab some out. It's rather tough to grab this stuff. It's rather hard. No word of a lie, it's a bit tough to get. Okay, well here's some we've just got out. What we'll do is we'll just try and get as much out by squeezing it. As much mineral turpentine out as we can. Okay, it's almost like a bit of dough. All we'll do is just a lid on that. Just remove that for now. Okay, what can we do with this? Hey? Okay, we can squish it. The more you squish it, the more mineral turpentine will come out, which is good. We don't want a lot in there. We want to try and expel it all if we can. Okay, if we have a press, we could put it in the press. But what I'll do is we will put it in here. All right, now I really need to secure this a bit better, but thought so, the clamp would just fall off. Anyway, so that's going through. That's on the biggest setting. Fold it over, try and work with it. Really need to pull this. That time was a little bit harder to put through because I just folded it over. But I think the more we put it through, the more easier it'll go. Really need to clamp this down a bit better. I'll have to change the way I've got it. I'll be back. Alright, I've had a few problems with trying to actually put it through the pasta machine. Okay, what kept happening is that as I put it through the roller, it was squishing. Then as soon as it come out from the roller, it expands back to this size. Okay, so my idea is that we'll just try and work with it and roll it out as flat as we can. Then since this will take a while to evaporate away, kind of put a bit of pressure into it too. But it will thin out a bit and it will expand back. So we are thin, not as thin as we can be, or could be. What we'll do is we'll give this a couple of days. We'll come back and we'll see what it's like then. And possibly we might be able to put it through the roller. See, we're quite flexible. All right. After 5 minutes of probably rolling it with our little roller, we've made it quite thin. So that could be used for probably quite a few things in modelling. Maybe if people wanted to make, I don't know, camping rolls or things like that for model tanks. Yeah, it's boundless, probably, what you could do with it. Yeah, 5 minutes, got it like that. Just basic backwards and forwards. Turning it over, doing the other side. The more pressure, the thinner it will go. But I did put a bit of pressure on it. It's quite thin. Alright, there. Actually, I'll tell you a bit of a lie. Once you get thin enough, you can put it through the machine. And it does help. It does make it thinner. Probably not as thin as what you'd think with the pasta machine, but geez, it works. It is making it thinner, just got to work with it, eh? It's much bigger than what it was. Well, a certain percentage bigger. It's thinner. Let's go right to the bottom. The smallest that the pasta machine goes to. No, I think that was the smallest. Try that. We could almost make artificial skin with it. Yeah. No, the roller does work, but not as good as like hand rolling it. Because it does still expand. But yeah. There you go. For the third time. See ya. Okay. This is a couple of days that it's been flat like this. Okay, this isn't drying as fast as what the acetone version is. But it is soft. We could probably put it through the... it's soft and sort of malleable. I can bend it. So it's quite possibly that we could put it through the pasta machine and see how that goes. Yes, maybe I might try that. Okay, here we go. Putting our piece through the machine. Let's gradually work at it. Alright, so this is set on number 2. Put it through a few times. Alright, number 3. What are we at, number 5 now? It's getting harder to roll through. But it is going through. It seems to be coming up a bit of a treat. It's not too bad. See how we continue going, see how far we can get. Now this is starting to get hard. It's quite weird, this stuff. It almost looks like skin or something like that. Yes. You could almost say it's a bit like leather or something like that. You could probably even use this as like a seat for a car, model car, because it's like leather looking anyway. After putting it through the roller, it seemed to work quite well actually. It's thin. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird texture there. It's almost like a cloth material or leather. We'll put this underneath the tile and we'll just let that dry flat. This hasn't dried as fast as what the acetone one did, but being quite flexible, and yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Started to have my doubts about it, but yeah, no, that's come out quite well. So you could wrap it around. You could wrap it around something. Wrap it around something and glue it. I mean, you'd have to trim it or whatever, but it's pretty good. Soft. I mean, it's not soft, but it's sort of malleable anyway. Quite happy with that. We'll have to come check this in a few more days' time, and we'll see how it's going. But what I'll do is I'll put the tile on here just to keep it flat. Yeah, quite like that. I don't know how much more I can put it through the pasta machine. We're currently at 7. Sort of was struggling a little bit, but yeah. Alright. I'll be back. G'day. We've had quite a good success with the expanded polystyrene. It's come out like really thin, and it's still quite flexible. And it still has the still has a bit of the smell of the mineral turpentine. The mineral turpentine will evaporate away. It will take a while to evaporate away. But what we might do is we might try and see if we can hasten the process by heating it up. Might put it in the oven and see how we go. But at the moment I'm quite liking this. It's almost, if you have a look at it, it's almost like a skin texture. If I get in the light. See, it almost looks like a skin texture or a leather texture. It's quite impressive. It's quite, like, it is transparent. You do have like probably like minute air bubbles in there. No, or maybe not. Or maybe not. But that's turned out quite well actually. Yeah, we'll put that in the oven and we'll give that a go. With the expanded polystyrene version, this needs more experimentation to see the uses. Yes, quite like that one. This one's probably thumbs up. Okay, this has been probably since I put it through the pasta machine and underneath the plate. Been probably about a week now. Okay, we still have the signs of the mineral turpentine in here. In the last video, well, in this video, but further on in the section, I did say that I would put it in the oven, but I don't want to put this piece in the oven because this is going so well for me. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing is just trying to let it dry flat. If I don't put any weight on it, what happens is it will curl up a bit. So we do need to put some weight on it. See, it started to dry around the outside here. As you see here, and there's a little tiny one here. Okay, these are magnet marks. I did hang it up on my tool holder. For a couple of days. So we still have those indents in there. So they're not going away anytime soon. Not unless I re-roll it. But no, that's quite good. I'll show you one of the uses that I was thinking that I could use it for. Okay, if you've been following along for quite a while, I've got this, I've been making this airship. Okay, it's been hanging up on my roof for quite a while. And what I was thinking was, when I was looking at this, we might be able to use this as a covering for our airship. The only thing is I don't know how it will dry. Now what we could do is we could glue it in place, and if we glue it in place, then possibly it will dry like that without like shrinking down. Or if it does shrink down, maybe there'll be tension and it'll pull it, I don't know. But that's one of the uses that I'm quite considering. Now the thing is, we'll just got to see how glue will stick to this. But I think it should be alright. Turn it over, glue it from maybe the inside. But yeah, I do need to fix this. It's got a few issues. If I had a laser cutter, gee, that would have been alright. The only thing I really didn't like about this is it really needed to be thinner. I took the plans from an online source. It was a paper model. But yeah, right now. There you go. You need quite a few of them to skin the whole airship, but it's better than the version that they were thinking about doing. They were thinking about doing paper. But I do like that. That's... right now. We'll just let this dry and we'll see how we go. I mean, once this bit dries, it would probably be hard to apply it. I understand that. But the next versions of this we can put on here. Or I might even have to make a new one. We'll see how we go now. Maybe even 3D print one or something, I'm not sure. But yeah. There you go. Quite thin and quite lovely. Lovely, I say. Alright. See ya.